Yo, what is everyone? I'm Chris, and we're Endless Sauce here, and today we're going to be bringing you the finale of the Dragon Ball Z What If on What If Piccolo Was Never Born. Before we get on to it, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, share this with all your friends. If you have any ideas for any other What Ifs, leave it down in the comments down below, and we'll go check it out and see if we will decide to do it. But yeah, anyways, let's get right into part 18 on What If Piccolo Was Never Born. The time has come when the tournament of power has arrived. Universe 7 has their chances of winning is way better than in canon since everyone is stronger and have a plan with different sections of the group. Before the tournament of power, Gohan explained a plan on how their team will work. He sectioned off the groups in different pairs that work together well. The android siblings will stick together. Krillin and Tien will need to be a pair just in case they need to fuse if they meet a strong opponent. Goten and Trunks will stick together for the same reason. Goku, Vegeta, and Nappa will need to be around with each other but can split up since they are strong enough to handle their own. Then Gohan says he will be alone since he thinks the other universes will target him since he is the strongest in the group. Now we hadn't described the power scaling for each character for a while. Their group from the strongest to weakest is Gohan, Goku, Vegeta, 17, 18, Nappa, Goten, Trunks, Krillin, and Tien. The tournament of power begins, and everyone begins with a plan. Krillin and Tien is able to manage to take on Universe 9 on their own, and when they meet with the Wolf Brothers, they are confident on beating them. They fight together in unison to take them out of the ring instead of beating them in strength since they need to keep their energy for later. To Goten and Trunks, they are enjoying themselves taking on multiple people. They are getting too cocky and then Trunks quickly gets knocked out by a purple blur and Goten looks around trying to find Trunks and then Dispo reveals himself and Goten gets upset and gets prepared to fight Dispo. Now it goes to the androids, and they themselves are good enough to beat Universe 3, but at the end Android 18 does get thrown out of the ring. Goku and Vegeta spend their time training with the Universe 6 Saiyans. Nappa is having his fun with throwing around fighters and beating them. While Nappa is fighting, he meets Universe 11's group, the Pride Troopers, without Jiren and Toppo. This group reminds Nappa of the Ginyu Force, and he smiles being happy to beat down a group like this again. He alone is able to handle the Pride Troopers alone. As soon as Nappa is about to beat the final Pride Trooper, a figure stands behind him and he gets hit in the back. Nappa then gets angry and turns around to see Toppo, but Toppo's angry, and they start to beat down on Nappa. Nappa tries to activate Super Saiyan God, but even with that, it's not enough to make the fight even. Goten then sees this and he charges at Toppo, helping Nappa fight Toppo. Gohan senses this and tries to get to them, but then Jiren stops him. Jiren then states that Gohan is the only fighter that he is interested in this tournament, so then Gohan has no choice but to fight Jiren. It is back to Krillin and Tien, and they meet Frost. They can sense this, and they decide to do the fusion dance to become Krien. I know this little art is kind of, we couldn't find any fan art, so we just had to be creative with this. After Tien and Krillin fuse, the other gods of destructions then try to tell the Grand Priest that it's cheating, but since both Omni Kings are impressed by this, the Grand Priest lets this slide. Krien starts to put up a fight against Frost and puts Frost at the edge. Their fight goes on for 30 minutes, and then this pisses off Frost that he's being pushed back by humans, and he shoots a death beam at Krien's arm. Their fusion finally gives out, and it shows that only Tien has the wound, and then decides for their only hope of winning. Tien uses the multi-clone ability to try to hold on to Frost and yells at Krillin to use a solar flare, which Krillin does, and then Krillin uses a Kamehameha to push both Frost and Tien out of the ring, but Krillin is really low on energy and is tired after the fusion. Then a close ki blast hits Krillin, and he's too tired that he couldn't block it, and he's just knocked into a bunch of rubble. Vegeta does train Kabo like usual, but then he does knock him out after promising him to bring him back after winning. Goku also beats Kefla without unlocking Ultra Instinct Sign, since he is way more stronger than Canon. Nappa is close to being defeated by Toppo, but then Vegeta shows up saving Nappa. Vegeta transforms into perfect Super Saiyan Blue and starts to fight Toppo, but then Toppo transforms into his God of Destruction form instantly and starts wheeling on Vegeta. Nappa sees this and tries to help but can barely move, so the only thing he sees that he could do is give Vegeta all his energy, and he tells Vegeta that he is the Prince of Saiyans and that he cannot lose this fight to show everyone that the Saiyan race are the best warriors. Toppo then turns around and blasts away, telling him to stop speaking nonsense. During this, Vegeta has time to think about everything, how his whole life turned out, the family he has, Nappa who raised him for years, his disciple Gohan, and how he changed Vegeta, and how Gohan ended up being the strongest of them all. All of this, All the things he accomplished and has in his life, he is not able to lose it all. Vegeta starts screaming and powering up. The blue aura starts to grow. His muscle starts growing as well. And Vegeta gets the Super Saiyan Blue evolution transformation. And the fight, it changes and Toppo is on the edge now. Jiren is fighting Gohan, holding back some power, and Goten tries to help him while Goku and 17 fight Hit, but they are having trouble trying to handle Hit's time skip ability. Goku and Android 17 powers up to the max to fight Hit, and Hit is still able to fight back, but he is trying harder to hold them at bay. The reason they are having trouble with Hit is because they haven't ever fought Hit in this timeline. Goku charges up a perfected Super Saiyan Blue and stacked Kaioken while Android 17 did the same, and then charged Hit at full speed. Hit uses his time skip and punches both of them, but then Goku breaks through and manages to hit Hit with a full power punch and blasts him with a Kamehameha wave, knocking him out. But what Goku didn't realize is that the blast also got 17 out of the ring as well. With the big energy being drawn out of a big pressure wave, hit 17 out. It took a lot out of Goku for that attack. Vegeta is still fighting Toppo, and Goku's sons are still trying to fight Jiren. Vegeta is still trying to fight Toppo, and Vegeta is having the advantage in the battle that he is using. He uses a final flash to shoot Toppo out, but Toppo uses his own attack and is pushing Vegeta's final flashback. But Vegeta uses all of the rest of his energy to make the strongest Gallic gun he ever made and shoots it at Toppo. But he is so drained that it isn't enough. Gohan sees his mentor struggling, so he puts a solar flare on Jiren, and he tells Goten to stay there, and he goes to Vegeta. Vegeta asks him what he's doing, and Gohan charges his own Gallic gun to help Vegeta, and together they can take out Toppo. Goku congrats them, and all four of them gang up on Jiren to even the odds, but since they're all tired, it's not enough. Goten tries to get a hold on, but then Jiren slams him all over the floor and throws him away, sending a ki blast hitting him. This angers both Goku and Gohan, and they both charge up to full power, but Jiren takes Gohan out with a ki blast and starts beating on Goku. He grabs Goku by his neck and tells him that it's over, but then a yellow disc goes towards Jiren and he dodges it, but he sees a blur and Goku is gone. Krillin manages to save Goku, and everyone is shocked that he is still in the tournament. Jiren isn't worried, but then a bright light shines and everyone looks at it, and it's Gohan, and he is unlocking Ultra Instinct Sign. Everyone is shocked, even the gods themselves. Gohan alone starts fighting Jiren. He's putting up a good challenge, and this worries Jiren, so he instantly goes full power. Now Gohan is struggling a bit, so the others jump in to help, but it's no use. Goku is on the ground, barely able to move, but then he sees a hand, and it's Goten, so Goku gives the rest of his energy to Goten, and he throws himself out the ring. Beerus yells at him and asks why, but Goku only says to look, and now Goten is in a ball of just red aura, and he yells loudly where everyone turns to see, and he unlocks Super Saiyan God. Quickly he rushes at Jiren, sending barrages of attack, and Gohan joins him. The Sun Brothers together slam Jiren into the ground. Krillin then uses a solar flare, but Jiren manages to cover his eyes, and he hits Krillin out of the ring, and Krillin sends all of his energy to Vegeta before falling off. Vegeta powers up to Super Saiyan Blue, and all three of them jump on Jiren, beating it, and it looks like they have the advantage, but Jiren slams Vegeta completely through the arena, and Vegeta gets knocked out. Jiren punches Goten far away from the battle, and it's just Gohan and Jiren, and they are fighting. Gohan is surpassing his limits over and over, that his body goes completely white, surrounded by the aura. The pressure is so much that it's breaking the ring with ease. When the bright light fade away, Gohan is shown with mastered Ultra Instinct, and their fight continues. They are pretty equal in power, just because how tired Gohan is. Then Jiren punches Gohan hard into the ground, and it looks like Gohan is about to get knocked. But then a big ball of energy comes up, and everyone sees Goten completely exhausted. Goten throws the spirit ball at Jiren, and Gohan uses the rest of his energy to hold Jiren still, but Jiren is still able to hold it back, but then Goten turns Super Saiyan 2 and adds a Kamehameha, pushing it as hard as he can, and Jiren and Gohan gets knocked out of the ring, and Universe 7 wins the tournament. And Goten is lying on the floor, tired, and he remembers he gets to wish anything he wants, and with him being pure of heart, he wishes to bring back everyone as he passes out on the ground while everyone cheers for him. All the other universes are resurrected, and everyone cheers for Goten. So yes, guys, that would be the last part of What If Piccolo Was Never Born. A lot changed. It looked like, the Z Fighters it turned out to be better. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this What If. If you have any idea for any What Ifs, leave it down in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoy What If. Subscribe if you want any more, if to to see when we post other videos on what ifs on different animes. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.